Good morning, children. Today we will discuss about action and angle variables. Let us go with the presentation. Action and angle variables. So, if we consider the periodic motion, it has a special interest in many physical systems. Sometimes we are interested only in knowing the frequencies of the motion, but not in the details of the orbit. But here we shall now develop a very interesting and powerful method to handle the problem of the periodic motion by extending the Hamilton-Jacobi method. In this method, we will consider and we will use the constants Jk, which form a set of n independent functions of the new momenta alpha k, which occur in the solution of the Hamilton-Jacobi equation. We shall call these constants Jk as the action variable. In order to introduce the illustrate the ideas of the action angle variables, we consider a conservative periodic system with 1 degree of freedom. The Hamiltonian for a conservative system is constant and is given by h is equals to h of q comma p, which is equals to alpha 1. So h is a function of small q comma small p. So if we solve this equation for the momentum p, we get p is equals to p of q comma alpha 1, which is equation number 54b. This equation gives the orbit traced out by the representative point in the two-dimensional PQ phase space, provided the Hamiltonian has the constant value alpha 1. A simple and important example of periodic motion is one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, where P given by, already we have seen that one, P is equals to root of 2m alpha minus m omega q square, where alpha 1 is equals to alpha, which is equals to total energy of the conservative system. P square is equals to, so here we will squaring on both sides, we will obtain P square is equals to 2m alpha minus m omega square q square, or q square by omega square by 2 alpha plus P square by 2m alpha, which is equals to 1. Hence, for a harmonic oscillator, the representative point in the PQ plane gives the ellipse. So here, if you see this one, so this is the figure for the harmonic oscillator represented point in the PQ. So here this is the PQ plane, which gives the shape, elliptical shape, and here this is the direction. Now, so this is the phase path for one-dimensional harmonic oscillator. Hence, for harmonic oscillator, the representative here, this is the point PQ plane gives the elliptical orbit. Now we define a new variable j given by j is equals to integral over the period p of dq, where the integration is taken over a complete period. This integral j is called phase integral. So this integral we can say phase integral or action variable. This name comes from the similarity of equation number 57. From this equation to the abbreviated action omega equals to integration sigma k pk dqk of the equation number 33. Further, one may see that J has the dimensions of angular momentum. Already we know J has the dimensions of angular momentum. We observed from the equation number 54. So from these equation 54 and 57, from this one, J is a function of alpha 1, because in the integration 57, Q coordinate is integrated out. Therefore, J is equal to J alpha 1, which is equal to J of H, and vice versa. Alpha 1 is equal to H of H, which is equal to H of J. Hence, Hamilton's characteristic function omega can be written as omega equals to omega of q comma j. So, as we have omega equals to omega of q comma p, or which is equals to omega of q comma alpha, or equals to omega q comma j. The generalized coordinate conjugate to J is called the angle variable omega and is defined by the transformation equation omega is equals to dou omega by dou J. So this is the generalized coordinate conjugate to J is called angle variable omega. So we can define by the transformation omega equals to dou omega by dou G. Dou J. Also the other transformation equation, we have P equals to dou omega by dou Q. Hence, equation of motion omega is equals to omega of dou h by dou h of j by dou j, which is equals to nu of j, where nu is a constant function of the action variable j only. So, solution of this equation can be written as omega equals to nu t plus b, beta, nu t plus beta. Thus, angle variable is a linear function of time. We shall identify nu as the frequency and hence omega as the dimensions of the angle, and that is why it is designated as angle variable. Here angle variable omega is conjugate to the action variable j, similar to the angle theta being conjugate to angular momentum. Now let us consider the change in which omega as q completes a cycle, that is delta omega equals to integration over complete period dou omega by dou q into dq. But from equation number 60 we have omega equals to dou omega by dou j. Therefore delta omega equals to integration over complete period dou square omega. Just we are replacing here omega with dou omega by dou j. So dou square omega by dou q into dou j into dq, which is equals to d by dj integration over a complete period dou omega by dou q into dq, where the derivative with respect to j has been taken outside because j is constant independent of q. Now from equation number 61 we have p equals to dou omega by dou q, hence delta omega equals to d by dj integration over a complete period p into dq, because here p equals to, here dou omega by dou q is nothing but small p, so we are replacing here with small p integration over a complete period p into dq, which is equals to 1. By using the definition of j from 57, we see from equation 65 from this that omega changes by 1 when q goes through a period. If t be the period of a complete cycle of q, then from equation number 63, from this equation number 63, from 63, delta omega equals to p of delta t, or delta omega is equals to vt. Hence from equation number 65 and 66 we obtained vt is equals to 1, or nu dot is equals to 1 by t. Thus, the constant mu is identified as the reciprocal of the period and is therefore gives the frequency of the motion in q. We thus find the application of action angle variables provided an elegant procedure to determine the frequency of periodic motion without going into the details of its solution. Thank you, children.